What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. First things first, thank you for clicking on this video. Now, in this video, I am going to touch up on a very controversial topic. The topic being gear matters, or gear doesn't matter. Most people are saying gear doesn't matter. I think the opposite. Okay, so I am a firm believer in thinking that, yes, gear actually does matter. And I'm not just going to sit here and tell you that gear matters, turn the camera off, and then boom, that's it. No, I'm actually going to show you examples of what I mean when I say gear matters, because I came from a point where I didn't have the best equipment, okay? I damn near came from the bottom. I don't want to say like I had the worst of the worst, but I had equipment that just wasn't up to date. I had equipment that wasn't in comparison of anything that was out there at the time. Now, specifically when I say, gear, there are three things. I'm putting a three, right? Yeah, three. There are three things that matter, okay? Those being your camera, which is one. The second being lighting, which is another. And the third being audio, okay? Not in that order, but those are the main three that are very important when it comes down to gear matters, okay? Or gear doesn't matter. I don't know, whatever those people are saying. Just know that gear matters. Now, I'm going to take you through some examples of what I mean by that. Because like I said, I'm not just going to tell you that gear matters and then turn the camera off and then that's it. No, I want to show you exactly what I mean, because there was a time when I was rocking some really old, outdated stuff. Now, let's get into that, and let's start off with cameras. When I first got into videography, I started off with a Canon T5 Rebel. Yeah. And as you can see, like, the quality in the video itself just is not that great. But at the time, I was completely satisfied with it because it was so new to me. After tiptoeing in the cool, videography camera world, I stumbled across Sony, and I went to the A5100. The main reason why I went to Sony was because my friend Mario, at the time, he had a A6500, I believe. Mario, if I'm getting that wrong, I'm sorry. But he had a Sony camera, and I was fascinated by it. And I decided to, up my game. And I got a mirrorless camera, which was the Sony A5100. It was amazing, for the time being. When I had that camera, I thought this was it. I remember my friend telling me that this camera is the one, you don't need anything else. Okay. And if I knew what I knew now back then, I wouldn't have bought it in the first place. But needless to say, it was a very good camera. And then fast forward to 2020. Yes, end of 2020, I bought the Canon EOS RP, and that's when I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm getting into some good stuff now." Because not only was it capturing, really great quality, but it was expensive. It was expensive, so I knew that it was, worth something. I knew it had some value behind that price tag, right? And one thing that I can tell you that I noticed throughout getting those cameras, going from Canon to Sony to Canon, I noticed that there was a slow progression within the quality of the videos that I was shooting. And this is what I mean when I say gear does matter, because, I couldn't get the quality that I had from the Canon EOS RP. Trying to get that out of a Canon T5 Rebel, there was no way, okay? Fast forward and to the camera that I have now, which is what I'm shooting on right now. That camera being the Sony A7S III. So I went from going from the bottom, you know, from the bottom of the totem pole, right? Slowly climbing my way up to reaching one of the top tier cameras out there on the market, which is the Sony A7S III. Now, having the Sony A7S III has a tremendous amount of benefits. One being that I can shoot in 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second. I can even shoot in 240 frames per second, okay? I could not have done that with a Canon T5 Rebel. I could not have done that with the Sony A5100. I also could not have done that with the Canon EOS RP. Canon EOS R, yes. Canon EOS RP, no. But Canon EOS R 240 frames per second, I don't think you can do. Don't quote me on that. Also, with the Sony A7S III, you can also shoot log. Could I have done that with my previous cameras that I just listed off? No. Okay. This is what I mean when I say gear matters, because if I'm going to try to capture the best image quality, the most out of the colors from my image, I will shoot in log. In order to capture the dynamic range, I will shoot in log. I could not do that with all my other cameras, okay? This is what I mean when I say gear matters, okay? Now, moving on from cameras, I want to talk about audio. This one's actually very simple. I went from using a Movo mic, this thing, which was cool at the time. So I went from that to a shotgun mic up here, routed into an audio interface, then directed into my laptop. So the audio is much more crisp. And I've given an example when I first opened up the box for this and tested this out in one of my videos. So this is the sound coming from the Movo mic. This is the quality that I used to get out of the mic that I had on top of my Sony A7S III. This was in all my previous videos. And now this is the audio coming from my new shotgun mic, which is the LYX shotgun microphone. You guys can check that out and you will see what I mean when I have that difference between my audio. My audio was so much different from the Movo mic to my shotgun mic. And that also, like I said, that's one of the three most important things when you're talking about upgrading gear, okay? So already covered cameras, just covered audio, and now let's talk about lighting. When I first started YouTube, okay, I was using a ring light for my YouTube videos. And I thought that was the absolute best thing. Like, I remember ordering that ring light because I was like, yo, I'm about to start doing YouTube videos. I'm pumped up. Let me go get this ring light because I need some really good light hitting me while I shoot these videos. And looking back at it, it looks like shit. Absolute, like, it looks horrible, right? And then I graduated to a softbox photography light. It was by Yesker. So I got into that and I thought, you know what, this is great. This is actually a fantastic light. And needless to say, it was actually, it was a good light, you know, huge upgrade from a ring light. But even though I had the Yesker softbox and I liked it, I actually wanted to upgrade my lighting. So this is why I got the Godox. This is a Godox 60 watt and I absolutely love it. This is a light that I have been using in my previous videos, which I will be using in pretty much all the videos going forward because I have no complaints about this light. It is a professional light. I couldn't have gotten that. I couldn't have gotten this actual image that I have now while using an A5100 or a ring light or, you know, a Movo mic mounted on top of a camera, or even just an internal mic from the camera itself. Now, I understand that people can't, just go out and buy the most expensive stuff. I get that wholeheartedly. I understand that. Okay. There were times where I had to save up money to get what I needed. I wasn't just going out and saying, hey, I want this, I want that, I want that, and just getting it all at once. No, it took time to get where I came from to where I'm at now. And that's, one thing that you guys have to keep in mind is if you're looking to upgrade your stuff because you also believe that gear matters, or I somehow convinced you that gear matters now, well, don't, splurge and spend your money all at once. Take your time. And what's really nice is that when you take your time in getting these things one by one, you slowly see your videos progress and change in the best of ways. I'm telling you this right now. It is such a great feeling seeing your just everything change. It's such a great feeling. So that's my answer. I wanted to debunk this whole gear doesn't matter, statement. It does. Okay. As cut and dry as that sounds, it's straight to the point. I'm just going to tell you, it does. It matters. And to those who still believe that gear doesn't matter, well, just show me a video on how it doesn't. I would really like to see it. Or you personally make a video. I would love to see that as well too. But I didn't want to make this like an argument or anything like that. I just wanted to make a video on my perspective on why gear matters to me personally, because I wanted to show you, where I came from and where I'm at now with my videos and the quality of my videos. That's all I wanted to do. And like I said, for those who are looking to upgrade their stuff, take your time, have fun with it, and just steadily see your videos progress in the best of ways. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this teaches you something. Okay, that's the main thing. That's the best takeaway from this. I hope that teaches you something. And if you have any questions, comments, and concerns, leave them down below. But other than that, you guys have a good day.